Good morning, Borough. I'm your host, Jordan Thomas.
And I'm Noah Pratt.
Last Wednesday, two of Edinburgh's professors gave a talk and showed a documentary about the history of the Holocaust. The film that was showed was called Opening the Gates of Hell, American Liberators at the Nazi Concentration Camps, and the film documented the experiences had by the victims. The Women's Empowerment Panel 5.0 took place on Thursday, March 28th at Polk Student Center in room 143. Dr. Jizeng Zhang, professor of economics at EU, hosted the presentation. The panel put together by Edinburgh School of Business featured Jocelyn Bush, Christine Henderson, Marnie Caldwell, and Mary Kay Weber. Bush, Edinburgh Speech and Communications alum, is the Director of Marketing and Communications for the United Way of Erie County and was featured in the Erie Ready 40 Under 40 list in 2017. Henderson is also an Edinburgh alum, sporting a degree in math education, along with an elementary teaching certificate and a master's in reading. She runs her own business, Mathematical Expressions, a company that writes math content for K-12 textbooks. Local group Women of Word returned for the 9th year at Edinburgh University of Pennsylvania, with the event held in the Diebold Performing Arts Center on March 21st. A recurring presentation at EU's Women's History Month, WOW features performers reading their original works of poetry that cover a variety of polarizing topics. During this year's rendition, WOW included the poignant themes of homelessness, religion, disabilities, death, fear, and failure. We'll be back after a short commercial break. Join Campus Media, take 3. Action.
All right, everyone, let's get this all cleared up. I would never tell you to join Campus Media, even if I was in a commercial for Campus Media. I mean, even if you were watching me live, right now, I wouldn't tell you to join, no matter what that cue card says.
Just say what's on the cue card.
No.
This is your DJ.
Even when I'm hosting my own radio show, making podcasts, or even playing my favorite songs live on air, I still wouldn't tell you to join Campus Media. Even when I'm writing, editing, and even taking photos for the campus newspaper, I still wouldn't tell you to join Campus Media. Even when I'm at a live sporting event and I'm catching all of this epic footage, I still wouldn't tell you to join Campus Media. But even when I'm in a room filled with Campus Media members and they're all wearing their super cool Campus Media t-shirts, I still wouldn't tell you to join. I would ask you, do you want to join Campus Media?
Good morning, Borough. Noah here, proud to bring you all the action from the Fighting Scots this past week. Despite the unpredictable weather in this town, our spring sports are loaded with action as the men's and women's tennis, track and field, women's lacrosse, and softball are all competing actively. But first, we should congratulate our winter athletes on their postseason awards. Michaela Barnes was named a Division II All-American Honorable Mention as she averaged 21 points per game to lead our team and good for 4th in the PSAC and 15th in all Division II. Michaela, however, wasn't the only one receiving recognition this week, as Jacob Oliver was named the Eastern Wrestling League Freshman of the Year. Wrestling at 174 pounds, Oliver finished up his season with a record of 28-7 and a very solid showing at Nationals. Congratulations, Michaela and Jacob. Coming back to our spring sports, the girls lacrosse team had a rough week, dropping two games, the first to number 25 ranked Bloomsburg, in a real close game in a back-and-forth battle with a final score of 10-7. Then they lost another game to IUP by a final of 6-19, not so close. The girls look to right the ship this Saturday at Sox Harrison as they battle Kutztown at 1 p.m., and they could definitely use your support. On the flip side, the Borough softball team has hot bats since their return from Florida, recording a sweep over Clarion and a sweep over Pitt Johnstown last week, with respective scores of 19-2 and 8-0 over Clarion, and then 3-1 and 11-0 over Pitt Johnstown. This week, they played Cal U in a doubleheader on Wednesday, rallying for a Game 1 win by a score of 8-7, which was their first win over Cal in many, many years. Then they dropped a tough Game 2 by a score of 9-7. Pacing the busy schedule for the Scots softball team is Carly Naska and Olivia Jankowski. Carly won the PSAC West Pitcher of the Week last week, going 3-0 in 13 innings with a whopping 1.58 ERA. Jankowski made it a clean sweep on the awards as she won the PSAC West Player of the Week for the second consecutive week. She was batting an outstanding .533, bringing in 4 RBIs, scoring 5 herself, and even hitting a home run all amidst a hitting streak. These stats are good enough to earn Jankowski another honor. Congratulations to Olivia on being Good Morning Burrow's Player of the Week. The softball team hopes to ride these hot bats a little bit longer as they're slated for another 8 games in the next 7 days. Our men's and women's tennis teams were also in action this past week, with the men's team picking up a dominant 6-1 win over the University of Charleston in their lone action, while the women's team was a little bit more busy with matches against Cal U, Slippery Rock, and the University of Charleston. The team dropped the first match to Charleston by a score of 1-6, but then came back and beat Cal in a close one 4-3 before dropping their final match to Slippery Rock 1-6. The ladies look to get back on track next Wednesday against Clarion, while the men try to keep it going on Friday at Bloomsburg. Last but not least, our track and field team had a strong showing at the Fred Hardy Invitational last weekend. To highlight the men's side, Corey Weffing won the 800-meter run, while 2 freshmen took the highlights on the women's side, as Alicia Fritz and Audrey McPherson both qualified for the PSAC Championships, which will be competing later this season. The teams are back in action tomorrow at Slippery Rock for the Dave Labor Invitational. That's all for sports this week. I'm going to send it over to Courtney for weather after a short break.
Pennsylvania State Athletic Conference.
Oh, what a play!
18 universities.
How competitive is this?
23 championships.
It's over. We have new PSAC champs.
7,100 student athletes. Make the PSAC yours.
My PSAC is passion.
My PSAC is pride.
PSAC is Pennsylvania.
Passion, pride, Pennsylvania. The Pennsylvania State Athletic Conference.
Good morning, Borough. Courtney here to bring you all your weather updates for spring. For today, we have some nice weather not popping up. Okay, a high of 54 and a low of 44. This upcoming week, however, will have nothing but clouds and rain, but you can see those nice spring weather is coming back in. Now, we're going to do something new. I have a community calendar for campus events. So, today and tomorrow, the Sigma Alpha Iota is having a breakfast sale in the lobby of Ross from 7 to 11. You can get items for $2, or there are items you can get like coffee and a pancake for $3. Next, Party for the Pets charity dance is happening tonight in the Pogue Gym A. It'll be $7, and as I was informed yesterday, they will not have service dogs anymore. But attending the event, you will still be supporting the Erie Humane Society, so definitely go out and show them your support. Next, we have the Addams Family Musical in the Diebold Center for Performing Arts on Sunday, April 7th. Tickets will cost $3 for students with an ID, $5 for senior citizens, faculty, and staff. However, general admission is $10, and Sunday will be their last show. And lastly, for any seniors and graduate students graduating this semester, the grad fair will be taking place on April 9th in Pogue's multi-purpose room from 12 to 6 p.m. Students can pick up tickets, complete their exit exams, and purchase their cap and gown. Be sure to attend if you are graduating this May. All right, that's all I have for weather. Enjoy your rainy week, but as you can see, there are lots of events taking place. Now on to Rhiannon with this week's film review after a short commercial break.
For those who think, those who create, those who have big ideas, like really, really big, some would call them crazy ideas. For those who have been told no, no chance, and not you. Those who never miss practice. .edu.
Give me a second.
Check here with your film review of the week. This week I will be reviewing period drama The Favorite. Here is a piece of the trailer.
You are mad, giving me a palace. It is a monstrous extravagance. Mrs. Molly, we are at war. We won! Oh, it is not over. We must continue. Oh, I did not know that. The Queen is an extraordinary person.
They were all staring, weren't they? I can tell even if I can't see, and I heard the word fat, and ugly.
No one but me would dare, and I did not. She's been stalked by tragedy.
Everyone leaves me, dies.
I apologize for my appearance.
With a lot of films lately, it feels as though there has been a fascination with the British monarchy and its history. Of the two I saw, Mary, Queen of the Scots, and the one I'll be reviewing today, The Favorite, the latter is my favorite, pun intended. The film is set during the ailing Queen Anne's reign and follows the story of her relationships with two women who themselves are cousins. They are competing to be Queen Anne's favorite. The film makes great use of a fisheye lens for specific scenes for an interesting effect. This film was nominated for 10 Oscars this year, but Olivia Colman, who plays Queen Anne in the film, won the Academy Award for Best Actress in a Leading Role. That was your film review for the week. Tune in next week for a review of Pet Sematary. Have a great week.
Don't go.
This is the end of this week's show. Be sure to tune in to all things Edinburgh by visiting us at edinburghnow.com. Also, make sure to look at our Twitter and Instagram. Thank you guys for watching the show, and we'll be sure to show you guys next week.
Thank you.